Hello class, I wanted to go ahead and go through conversions with you. So this is on Major Assignment 1. This is on the last tab where you're dealing with the conversions. And the first example here, we give you an example, but you can't really see what's going on. It's just the numbers there, so I wanted to explain that process to you. So first off, we're giving you all of the conversions to use. So they're located up here. And then you're going to use those on your calculations. Some of them will only require 2 ratios in units, and some of them will require 3. So you can see the example requires 2 since this third box has been marked out. So let's go ahead and go through how those numbers appear on your major assignment, where they're coming from. So the first part is to identify what we're converting. So we're converting 10 fluid ounces over the kilograms to milliliters per pound. So that's our goal. Our goal is to get to milliliters, and it's actually a capital L, per pounds. Okay. So milliliters per pound is our final goal. We're starting with fluid ounces per kilogram. Okay. So let's write out what we're starting with. We're starting with 10 fluid ounces per kilogram. And we're going to multiply some ratios here, and we're going to end up with an answer in milliliters per pound. That's what we're trying to get to. So we want to start by, it's sort of like a puzzle. You're trying to cancel parts out and leave behind what you want. So let's look at fluid ounces first, since it's here in the numerator, but realistically you could start with either of them. So I'm going to look at fluid ounces, and I want to somehow find a conversion where we have fluid ounces on the bottom, because if it's on the bottom, then I can cancel the units of fluid ounces out, and I'm left with whatever's on top, hopefully milliliters. But there may be multiple steps to get there. So the first thing is, let's see if we have a fluid ounce milliliter conversion over here. So let's find our fluid ounces and milliliters. So do you see that that's the second one here? It's saying 1 fluid ounce is equal to 29.5735 milliliters. So I do have a conversion of fluid ounce and milliliters. So again, fluid ounce is on bottom because I want that to cancel out. Milliliters on top because I want it left over on top. That's part of the goal, is to get to that. So now that we have that conversion, we're going to go back and look at the quantities that are used here. So we have 1 fluid ounce, so 1 fluid ounce, and we have 29.5735 milliliters. So I didn't leave a lot of room here, so I'm going to have 29.5735 milliliters. Okay, so what I've accomplished here is these fluid ounce units are going to cancel out. Remember, when you're working with ratios or fractions, if something on top is the same as something on bottom and you're working with multiplication, then you can cancel them out like that. Okay, so what we have now is we have milliliters, so milliliters, 10 times this, over kilograms. Well, we don't want kilograms. The milliliters we're happy with. So that means we have at least one more ratio to use. And our goal, we're hoping, is that there's a kilograms to pounds that we can use. So I would hope that, you know, there's a kilograms on top. We want to get rid of the kilograms. And we want to be left with pounds. So let's go see if we have a kilograms to pounds. And look at there, our first one, kilograms and pounds. So I do have that conversion, so I can use it. And the same thing, we're going to plug in the numbers that are next to it. So 1 kilogram. And we have 2.20462 pounds. So again, I'm sort of running low on space here. So let's say 2.20462. I've snuck it in there. Okay, so what that allows us to do is my kilograms over here in the numerator can reduce this kilograms in the denominator. And now look at, I'm left with milliliters. That's good. And I'm left with pounds only in the bottom. That's good. So now all we have left is to combine, multiply everything that's on top. So let me get a little more room. I'll just slide down here. So we have milliliters over pounds. In the numerator, I have a 10 times 29.5735 times 1. So there's a 1 there. On bottom, there's a 1 here in front. So we can have 1 times 2.20462. Okay, and when we calculate these out, we're going to multiply the numerator together. It's a decimal place. And multiply the denominator together and then reduce the fraction. So let me show you what that's going to look like in Excel. So what we'll do is the first conversion that I used is here. So let me put a box around it. So that's going to go in my first box over here. So I have, the nice thing about Excel is I can use equals. I have the 29.5735. I'm not going to type it out. I'm just going to use the cell reference divided by the 1. Okay. And then in the box next to it, we write the units. Remember, Excel doesn't like the units attached to the numbers. So here we're going to write milliliters per fluid ounces. Okay, that's the conversion that we have in our first step. Our second one is the second ratio that we have here. So let's use purple. GCU, we have to get purple on somewhere. There we go. And we'll come back. And so this one I have is equals, this time I have 1 kilogram per the 2.20462 pounds. I'll jump over there. And then I'm going to have kilograms per pound is what I used. So I'm going to put that in there. And then in my last cell here, I have equals, and I'm going to multiply these ratios that I set up together, because that's what's happening up above. So Excel makes it a little easier on you. So I'm just multiplying those 3 together, and I hit enter, or just tab off of it. Uh-oh, sorry. Enter, there we go. And I end up with the answer that we're looking for. So as you go through these, it might be helpful to write them out on a separate piece of paper before you try to just type them into the Excel so you can actually see what's going on. All right. I hope that was helpful in showing you where those numbers were coming from on the example problem. All right. Have a good day.